my people, we're back again for another one of this one and only Mystelics vlogs. Welcome to our Mystelics vlogs. Welcome back, my people. Of course, I'm your boy Mystelics, and this is where I tend to get my views on a number of things taking place. We're in Dominica, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world by extension. So with that said, guys, definitely, if you want to get the vibrations, definitely subscribe, turn on post notifications, so you can pretty much get them videos as they come through right there and then. And give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that as well. Now, guys, concerning the situation, I saw this. And it reads, "Hi all. We have just gotten word that the Wasco will be closing systems to collect your water. They are doing so as a precautionary measure of expected ash to affect Dominica, the child of the Caribbean, right there, the island." So with that said, please share to your friends and family. Be cautious and safe, and have a great day as well. Now, guys, when I first saw this, I was like, okay, that actually makes sense. I mean, if there's ash coming, most likely the Wasco want to shut down the water. Now then, I am thinking to myself that the Wasco normally puts out a notice when they are shutting down water. So most likely they will end up putting out a notice. And then I saw this right there. "The current information being circulated via social media and otherwise indicating closure of our water systems due to a volcanic ash is misinformed and untrue. If such a statement were to arise and such action becomes necessary, proper steps will be taken and an official statement," you see, an official statement will be made by the company via the necessary channels, guys. So guys, be sure when it comes down to the Wasco shutting down this stuff, be sure that they always tend to put out an official thing. What are your thoughts on this, guys? Leave that, of course, in the comment box below. But remember, guys, the Wasco will definitely put out an official notice stating that they will shut down the water when this happens. Now, guys, with that said, from the projections of the wind in St. Vincent on the volcano, it seems to be going eastward and southward, because we also heard that Grenada has gotten some ash from St. Vincent. I did not hear anything about Martinique getting ashes, but I mean, obviously, if ashes are to come, the wise thing to do would be to shut down the water, guys. What are your thoughts? Leave that, of course, in the comment box below as well. Now, guys, bringing things up to Portsmouth, guys. Apparently, there was a situation that took place in Portsmouth earlier this morning involving a lady, guys. And that lady is a homeless lady, unfortunately. And some individual, some young person or man or whatever, came and decided to do her some harm right there. And the harm, of course, involved using a cutlass. And this is the situation that you're seeing right there, guys. The lady's actually on the ground. She's okay, thank God for that. But she got some serious injuries for which the ambulance did come and help her out in this regard. But there's something I noticed, guys. There's always something that I tend to notice when it comes down to the medical or healthcare practitioners when they come to delivering proper service to individuals right there. Check this out.
Them things so not in there. I never think of taking out my phone and fling that, you know. And I had a long time, you know. Boy, you think of that. I forgot. My people are
Did you guys notice something right there? Now, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm very happy that the medical individuals came to help and assist this homeless lady. But when I noticed that the sheet that they normally put on the bed is flying and touching the road, this is not sanitary to health at all. It should not touch the road. In fact, they should have teared this piece off and pull another sheet on top so that the person can get a clean sheet. You don't want this lady to be lying on something that touched the road and collect dirt on the road, and then Matthew goes into the cuts that are in her body right there. I mean, come on, guys. It is not a difficult thing that you did notice that this shit did touch the road. The only thing you needed to do was to then tear off that part and pull a new roll onto the bed so that you can have a clean thing for the lady. Irregardless if the lady is homeless or rich or poor, whatever, at least she needs to be treated as a human being. I mean, come on. It is not that difficult to do it. I mean, just pull the new sheet over the thing and you'll be good to go. I mean, it's not that hard. What are your thoughts, guys? Do you think it's okay that this actually took place right there? Or do you think that they didn't really care since it was a homeless lady that got injured in this regard? Anyways, guys, with that said, they actually captured the individual who did this, or accused the individual that did this. This is the video right there.
Let him go in 3 months' time.
Now, they stated that this was a young man who did this. So, guys, considering the past of vagrants, so to speak, getting hurt or even losing their lives by the hands of individuals out there, there have been certain vagrants that have died in Portsmouth as a result of individuals, and that case just went numb. Police didn't continue the investigations, for which they probably deemed that these individuals are, you know, low lives in society, I'll have to say, because they did not continue the investigation of somebody just losing their life as a result of somebody else deciding to take that person's life. An investigation just stops. These people are human beings at the end of the day. And this is definitely something that we need to stress on consistently consistently and constantly, so that the people know that people need to be treated fairly. Where justice needs to be had, justice needs to be done. Talking about justice, guys, it brings me back to what took place in the Roseau region around Massac area. Of course, the bus drivers, bus driver themselves. They went out to protest, guys. And this is part of the situation right there.
Jump back, protest. Bus drivers fighting for their rights. This is scared of all the money I don't to give them.
Now, the brother mentioned that the bus drivers are stating that Skerrit has all the money right there and he's not giving them. And I don't think that is the case though, but if I recollect it properly, during the election time, which was in 2019 December, when the bus drivers the ones bringing all these people to the labor conventions in 5 more years. 5 more years, brother Skerrit wants you, we're bringing people. He promised them to give them gas, which of course some people got free gas, which could be considered treating, but hey, that is around themselves. But he gave them free gas and some people actually got monies. While some people are still waiting for the monies for them to get paid for bringing people to all these labor conventions right there. The bus drivers, of course, well, some of them were recipients of getting money for bringing people to labor conventions. But I don't think they understood what they were doing. They were bringing people to put people in positions that would keep them oppressed. This is why they are there today. Now, from my understanding, bus drivers want to raise the fare and they are trying to force the government to raise the fare. Of course, it must pass through the government for them to raise the fares. From my understanding of how things actually work in Dominica, it must pass through the government or the individuals in charge to then say, okay, we can raise the bus fare to so and so. Bus drivers don't come and say, like what Portsmouth trying to do, and say, hey, we're raising things to $9.75 and $6 and boom, bam, bing, and you have to abide by it. It's not so working. You must go through certain government channels or whoever's in charge of transportation, the Minister of Transportation in Dominica. You must go through these kind of things before you can say, okay, let's raise things. So they're protesting and say, hey, we want more raise because we cannot even pay gas. I know some individuals actually left. I said I in some vlogs back, some individuals actually left Dominica because they stated that they were bus drivers and cannot even buy gas, much less to buy tires. Now guys, before I continue, I want you guys to pay attention to this part of this video right there.
Update. Absolutely no movement. Just outside of our motors, that is the situation. Vehicles, buses take up the entire road, and you have the line of vehicles all down going to Massac, and I understand Jimit. So all vehicles traveling south, coming from Massac, Maho, just a standstill. Nothing happening, and the real problem is right in the bottleneck right here, right opposite our motors. Nothing happening. Everywhere blocked.
Did you guys see what I saw? Did you see the amount of buses that were there? Don't you think that is an over-influx of buses, where buses are giving other buses competition and thus allowing them not to get the passengers that they would normally get because more buses are coming due to the fact that the economy is depleting and people are losing jobs, and therefore there's a lot of individuals right now who are trying to take loans or have taken loans because they probably deem or see buses as some sort of gold mine in the economy, the failing economy in Dominica, to provide some sort of self-employment for themselves to meet their daily or monthly requirements in bills and groceries and whatever you have it. So they probably deem it that way. So you have an over-influx of buses coming into the picture because a number of jobs have disappeared as a result of what the Prime Minister has done to Dominica. It is him and under his leadership why the economy is going down, thus resulting in the over-influx of bus drivers. What else can people do? I've been asking these questions over and over and over again. Where do you see your children in the next 5 years? I just asked a girl today when she saw my WhatsApp post and all this thing there. She commented she was in agreement with them. I then asked her, where do you see yourself in the future? She said, not in Dominica. Ask any youth out there. There's only one youth I know who stated that he wants to be in Dominica. Because he stated that he wants to be the prime minister to take away the foolishness that is going on in Dominica. One youth. All the others I've asked them stated that they want to be gone. Now the bus drivers are complaining for what they have done to the economy. Well, not they fully. They have helped as a result of that. Because they're the ones campaigning loudly saying 5 more years, peep, 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 peep. During election time, you guys are not protesting the very thing that you put there. Guys, I was so vexed early. Guys, you should see me. I was blowing up this morning. I was blowing up. Because I said I do not feel sorry for these individuals for what they have done to themselves for the sake of getting free gas. Wickedness that there. To the highest degree, and now you are begging and trying to protest and disrupt livelihood. And of course, that is what protest does. It disrupts the normal flow of society. That is what it's supposed to do. To do what? To get the attention of those in charge who are supposed to be doing things not for themselves but for the people. But it's rather interesting that the very people then responded stating right there, Prime Minister scared ones protesting bus drivers that his government, not your government, you know, not the people who put him there or the government in there, you know, but his government will not be extorted. They will not be taken for wisdom to do what the people who put them in position to do the people business. He will not be what? Extorted. Now for those of you who don't know what extort means, to extort means to obtain something by force or by unfair means. You cannot make this stuff up. Because right now, isn't Scared one of the individuals who is being taken to court for bribery and treating by utilizing unfair means to get an advantage over the very people who are protesting him right now, who put him there? But what a circle it is! You swear it's Lion King that there. Circle of life, brothers and sisters. Circle of life. He's stating that he will not be extorted. The people have a right to protest. He's then stating that he will not be extorted. He will not be forced by unfair means to do what he does not want to do. Even though the people put him there for their means. Not for his means. Yet still, he has a case coming up for bribery and treating. He and probably 15 or 14 other individuals in his government. So if you have the kind of understanding where a man who is known for allegedly doing extorting himself is then telling the individuals, who by the way have a right to do what they're doing, is telling the individuals that will not bend his knees by some unfair means.
Roadblock auto trade. Roadblock. Roadblock. As you can see, I'm in the middle of the road. Roadblock in front auto trade. Roadblock. Yeah, roadblock. Yeah.
Now guys, I blame both sides of the spectrum. I blame Scary and I also blame the people. Because it's the people who put him there and allow themselves to be bamboozled every election time. Where they're getting a set of money and then no election time is over. They are crying and saying, hey, the economy is doing bad, we need some help. And the Prime Minister is telling them he will not be extorted by that authority. Guys, you can make this stuff. You cannot make this stuff up, man. Anyways, guys, with all that said, I'm so sorry that some individuals who wanted change are caught in this very situation right there. I don't believe that Peter should pay for Paul. And this is why I'm speaking about the very situation right there. The people want to vote for Scarrett and put him back and all this to go ahead, have fun. But then you should stay quiet. I think it's JD who stated, stop complaining, don't complain, man. You put what you want there and you complaining about what you put there as if you did not know that that was going to happen. It's wicked, you wicked. It's not insanity, it's wicked, you wicked. Insanity is when you do things over and over expecting a different result. But you know that result was going to be there. But you thought somehow it was going to change, really? Really? He said you will not be extorted by all you. So what you going to do? Well, I know what you can do, you know, guys. I know what you can do. But before I get into that, there's a particular situation that broke down in that very situation right there, involving this. Now guys, I want to make it very clear to you. The police has no right by law to enter into your property without any written warranty by magistrate, or if you give them permission to do so. If they do not have none of these permissions, guys, you can take these guys to court. What was the police doing inside the vehicle in the first place? Did the guy give you permission to go inside his vehicle? If not, if you want to make money, that is how you make money right there on the police. He entered your vehicle without your consent or your permission, and he did not have any warranty to enter your vehicle. Therefore, he has no right whatsoever to enter into your vehicle. You guys should take these guys to court. Hopefully you have enough money to take them to court. Or you protesting for money, maybe ask scared to give all your money to take the police to court. But really and truly, guys, the police has no right to enter into your vehicle whatsoever. They need to have proper authority to do so. If there's a protest going on, and by right, by the Constitution of Dominica, you have a right to protest. They have no right to enter into your vehicle. You did this to get the attention of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is saying he will not be extorted. I don't know how he can get extorted for something that is done right. But he's saying he will not be extorted right there. He bold-faced enough to tell you what I tell you, boy. All you good in that Dominica there. All you good in that Dominica. But you should take what you get. It's just unfortunate that Peter has to pay for Paul in this circumstance. But I don't believe that Peter should pay for Paul, and therefore as a result, I will help you guys out right there. You guys should therefore continue with the protest. You should continue, or you can just decide all bus drivers stay at the home. You don't have to come and make anything, you know. All bus drivers stay at the home. I heard that people have to be walking from their home to go to school, or home to go to work, or all kind of thing, or bum ride or something like that for them to get to where they have to get to. You have to be doing all those things as a result of transportation themselves. You guys have a power within yourselves. You can decide all bus drivers stay at the home. But then again, it then comes down to the unity of bus drivers to then say we are not going out. But while you think we are not going out, some bus drivers will want to escape for them to make a little money right there. So then that system of protest will break. Because if you're saying all bus drivers stay at your home or come and block the street or whatever, and some bus drivers decide, hey, well, you're saying that, but I want to make my money coming, and they decide they're going out and drive up and down the place to bring people, then you will defeat the purpose of making any form of change at all. So this is what I'm telling you guys to do. Continue doing the protest. If they are constantly on you, bus drivers just go on strike. And if things don't work out, you can definitely do like my Jamaican partner right there.
Can't do this. See the man food truck, yeah? He's a school bus in take and turn in a food truck. Alright, let's show you now. Alright, look for the settings. You can come in and sit down. Yeah. The bar, so you can get anything you want. You have stool. This is in the bus, you know, people. You have a stool, you have a thing you can even charge up your phone. Yo, mad. In TV, what are you talking about?
TV from the other side, sir.
The police are TV from the next side, you see it? You see the policeman are yard, in uncomfortable, you start eating ice cream. Remember me tell you. Yeah man, big up the chef. Yeah, every time I'm boy, yeah man, every time, yeah man, see it, man thing mad.
The brother turned this bus into a food court. So maybe we'll have a set of buses on the side of the road selling food, selling sandwich, selling pizza, selling cake, selling Coca-Cola, selling water. Sometimes it'll get hot. So you'll sell water in your bus or something and got to make a little money now, man. You see me? One bus driver sell juice, the other one selling pizza, so before you making money. You check me. One selling water, maybe you want water, one selling juice. I mean, just you have to figure out a way how you guys can make money, because apparently the Prime Minister is not listening to you and doesn't intend to listen to you guys at all. Otherwise, them girls are like bus drivers. Fellas, watch out all yourself, eh? Before they end up putting out your mattress outside of your own house, like this person right there. This is by the airport, by the way, in Canefield. This is not nowhere else, but this was by Canefield. They put somebody mattress outside. Hey, don't be like them people right there. Guys, I tried my best to remain calm on this thing because I get vexed and angry about men and women doing the same foolish thing over and over, and this constantly happens over and over again. I bet you that next election you will see a set of bus drivers, the hell ain't way, because they get $1,000 or something like that for them to bring people, if they get $1,000 or free gas. free gas for them to bring people up and down. You see, people tend to live in the heat of the moment. And the Prime Minister them understands this very well. People tend to live within the heat of the moment. When everybody's hailing and party over there, oh, let's go, yeah. Not realizing that you're putting your own self back in the very situation that you are in right now. Because the economy is going down. You always tend to look at the parties, not on the total picture. Everybody wants to look at themselves, not on the total picture. And that is a problem that we have in a nation like the Caribbean. And guess what? They are feeding into that very thing right there. Let's bet, because they did it in Portsmouth, where they actually came, the whole Promiseville situation, where they actually came and decided to feed certain people who were leaders or ringleaders of that whole Promiseville situation. They fed them, gave who money and this kind of things there, and the people went quiet. All of a sudden, the force that was being reckoned with, they had to send Ian down. Well, then again, Ian was about to lose his job, apparently. That's what they said. And he came down to show his support with the people, and then nothing happened. And about 10 years later, they then give people apartments. People stay in apartments, none of which they can own. But hey, that is the situation that Dominicans apparently seem to like. But we must stop thinking as an individual and start thinking as a unit. If you want to be successful in this protest that you guys are doing, you need to act as a unit. Because if you have to come as a unit and say within yourselves that you are all staying home, something must happen. You know what will happen? The people will get frustrated themselves and start complaining. They themselves will join into the protests indirectly, because no bus drivers are on the streets and things are not happening, but it's the economy itself that needs to change. Regardless of if you want to raise in bus fare prices, that still will not solve the problem, because sooner or later it will then come back and you will be in the same position right there, because it's the economy that is the issue, nothing else. Economy that is the issue, not bus fare prices increasing. Bus fare prices increase already, you know. Remember it was $4, now it's $5. Remember it was $8, now it's $9. Now you're trying to increase it again. You're trying to do the same thing to expect a different result. It is the economy that is the issue. In fact, bus fare prices should go down. Bus price to go anywhere in Barbados is $2.50 or $2.25. One of them bus price. You're trying to go to $10 now to take people to Roseau. Anyways, guys, this is pretty much all it was for this vlog, guys. Let me know your thoughts in this regard. Leave that, of course, in the comment box below. And of course, remember, guys, be real. Tell the wicked people them to stop their dirty ways. Be real, be positive, and with the most high step as always, guys. Definitely don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification and give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. And remember, guys, with the most high step as always, definitely pray for the people them. Definitely stay prayed up. Welcome to our Mystelics vlogs.
One day I will blow. Something will go show. Wow, this life is a constant uphill battle, but it's also filled with some beautiful moments.